Hey, what's up guys? Michael Anthony here. It's a beautiful day. What is it? It's like Sunday, November 5th, I believe. It's actually warmed up quite a bit. But luckily, I've already put my buck down in Ohio. So it's been quite the year. Took a nice 9-point in Pennsylvania, public land, October 21st. And then on October 30th, took a nice 8-point here on my property in Ohio. So that's what this video is all about. But before we get to the actual footage of the hunt on October 30th, I thought I'd include some of the highlights from the different sits that I had here in Ohio, starting with opening day, September 30th. There's some really cool footage I got of deer, turkey, bucks making scrapes. So I thought that I'd just share that with you guys. And then we'll lead up into the actual hunt on October 30th, where I took that nice 8-point. And that was another nail biter because the recovery was a little tricky. But anyway, stick around and check it out. I hope you like the video. We'll catch you later. And there he is. He isn't really that far from me. It was a good morning to sit, and one of my favorite things to do is get back to the truck, sip on a little coffee, reminisce about the morning. All right, Big T has arrived. Look at these big old cowboy ribeyes, bone-in ribeyes. Oh man, they're gonna be good tonight. Alright guys, sit number 7. Had a wild night last night. We probably saw 20 deer, 2 little bucks. Had one buck at 25 yards. I got video of him that, I think he was a 6-point. Anyway, it's warmed up quite a bit. It's in the 60s today and sunny. It's a lot cooler down here in the woods, but we're going to see if we can get a couple hours in. Alright guys, we're all set. I'll just give you a quick view of where we're at. Got this nice pine behind us, giving us good cover.
And we're actually in an oak tree here. I see the oak leaves. But there's a nice saddle right here. There's a saddle here. We got lots of bedding all through this valley. That pond is up there. There's food up there. There's food up there, and there's food way over there. Kind of big open woods over here, but there's bedding that way too. So this has always been a good transition area where deer will travel through this saddle. Hey, Gigi.
Say good boy, hunt the bug. They like their
So we got a little bit of rain. bucks. I could have shot 4 of the 5. Two of them were decent 8 points. I had one of them right here, and he's making scrapes and rubs. You saw the footage. It's just awesome.
Some fresh rubs.
All right, guys. Back in the stand. Monday, October 30th. It's approaching 1 p.m. We had, I don't know if you could hear it. All the turkeys gobbling, yelping, clucking. They were actually up here. They were right on the back side of the stand here. And when I walked in, as soon as I got to the ladder and started climbing up, they all pitched off and flew down into the valley. Now they're trying to locate each other. There was probably a dozen of them. So anyway, it was raining all night, storming all morning, and so I decided to hold off, and I started coming in right before the rain stopped. That way I'm set up now. The rain's just starting to die off. It's just kind of a light drizzle. We actually have a northwest wind, which is perfect for this stand. I'm not sure how I feel about this stand now that I'm in it. I think we'll definitely see deer here, but when it comes to a mature buck, that's what I'm unsure about. I think if we have a mature buck come in, we're gonna have a shot down in here. So we got kind of a pinch point down here where there's trails that move through to a tree line. Then you got fields over there. There's big open woods over here, but it gets real thick down in this valley. And then it gets thick back here and drops down into thick bedding area. And the same over here. And then we got this cut cornfield right here. So this was all corn that was just cut recently. We're right on the corner of the field here, just inside the tree line. Hear those turkeys? But anyway, I'm expecting if we're going to get a shot at a big mature buck, it's going to be in this corner here, coming out of this thicket. It's going to be down over in here. So the wind's actually blowing towards the field this way, which is the way I came in. I'm expecting the deer to come out from behind me, from over here, or over in here somewhere, or directly behind me. So my wind's actually blowing this way, which is what I want. And then I have shots here and here. So it's a unique setup. There are a lot of interesting features right here. Some good edge and transition, topography. So we're going to see how it works out. This is the first time we're sitting in this particular stand. It was a little thicker in this corner, but the farmer actually cleared it out after they planted this corn. So it's a little more open than I would have liked, but I want to give it an honest try. shot a nice 8-point. It was like a 12-yard shot. I don't know if the camera picked it up. He was a nice big 8. I just couldn't pass on him. I've passed on so many bucks in Ohio. Holy fuck. I was just watching him. He wasn't down yet. He was moving slow. He ran about, I don't know, 50 yards, and then he was just kind of slowly moving into the thick stuff. He's on my property over here. I feel like it was a good hit, but I didn't hear him crash or anything, so it's 6:09 now, so we're definitely gonna wait, give him a good hour, and then come see what we got. Holy shit. He's a nice buck. Looks like a nice 8. Alright guys, so I just climbed down out of my stand here, and I'm just gonna see if I can find my arrow. It's a really close shot. There's a game camera here as well, and I figured I'd swap out the chip in the camera. I'm gonna see if I can find my arrow right here where I shot him, and then we're gonna wait a good hour to come track him. So alright guys, so my batteries keep dying on GoPro. It's pretty cooled out. I've been sitting for like 6 hours. So anyway, we were just going to grab the arrow when the battery died. I just got back to the cabin. I swapped out another battery. We got really good blood. So I'll let you see the arrow here. Right, got real good blood. It was right in the ground there, or right where I hit him, so I think it's a really good hit. And then I'm going to take my Polaris down and see if we can recover him from opposite end. It'd be easier to get him out that way. The way he was headed was deeper into my property, down into the valley. So that should be pretty good if he's laying right down there. So, alright guys, got me some coffee. Got the Polaris warming up. I'm gonna hop into Polaris and we're gonna see if we can go recover this buckaroo, baby. All right. All right, guys. So I actually shot him up at the top of this ridge. You can't really see anything, it's so dark. But we're coming in the opposite end because he was headed down into this valley here. So if need be, I could get back up on the top where I shot him. But I was able to get my Polaris in here from this end to see if we can just get him over here somewhere. So hopefully he's laying right in here. So I was up top there when I shot. This is real mucky in here, so that's why I didn't drive all the way over. But I'm just parked back here, 30, 40 yards. All right, so according to where I was, I saw him come down somewhere up in this vicinity. So we'll see if we can just look around here for a little while. Oh, we got a bunch of blood right here. Here we go. Okay, so he did come through here. All right, cool. So we've got blood right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this here. Right here. Oh, I think he went right through here. Yeah, we got blood through here. It's looking good. We got a bunch of blood here. It looks like he went right through there. So all right, guys, so once again, it ain't over yet. That's like the theme of 2023. It ain't over yet. So I bumped him. Shortly after I shut the camera off, there was a really steep drop, so I shut the camera off and I was going to prepare to slide down this steep embankment, and I heard movement, and I stopped and I waited, and then I heard more movement, kind of like crashing around, and then I heard the sound of like a deer not even trotting, like basically walking, and I was like, oh shit, that's got to be him, which was very close to where I saw him last. So he basically dropped over a steep embankment and bedded down right there in some thick stuff. But he was headed towards where I parked the Polaris. So I was like, screw this, I'm not going to push him anymore. I jumped up on the ridge, I went all the way up to my stand, I sat down, thought about it. I was like, I'm just going to circle all the way out of here, leave the Polaris there, and just let him be. So it's like 8 o'clock now, so I might just wait a couple hours. I might wait till the morning. I'm not really sure at this point. I'm just kind of, it's frustrated, but I'm excited because I feel like it was a good shot. I feel like it's got to be a dead deer. He bedded down really quick. We had really good blood. And now I'm second guessing everything. So I don't know. I mean, there's no reason why I can't wait till the morning, but I just want to get my hands on him too. So it might be best to wait till the morning, and then I'll be able to see better too. And I could take my bow with me if it's light out. So rethinking, you know, the shot and everything. I mean, it was a sharp angle shot. He was like 12 yards. I'm up 20 feet, 22 feet. So it was a sharp angle shot. It looked really good. We had really good blood on the arrow. He might have been slightly quartering too. So maybe I caught one lung. It's just so hard to figure out what happened. So I don't know. I'm going to kind of relax and just try to figure this out. So, whew, 2023 has been a lot of ups and downs, and it ain't over yet, but I feel pretty confident that that's going to be a dead deer. All right, well, catch you guys later. All right, guys, so we're getting ready to head back out. It's a nice, cold, frosty morning. Got frost out on the grass today. It was down in the upper 20s last night. It's about 30 right now, so it was a good, cool night. So that deer is definitely well preserved, and I'm hoping he's just laying down there. So I got some coffee, and I'm getting ready to head on out. Let's go find him. Alright guys, we're getting close to where the Polaris is. You can see the Polaris is parked right down there. And that buck, when I heard him move, I was actually up on top of the ridge coming down on the blood trail. And he was actually headed towards the Polaris. So I actually backed out. I circled and backed out. So I'm just kind of creeping in here nice and slow. I'm hoping he's just laying right in here. Holy shit, there he is. Holy shit, there he is. He's right down in the gully here. There he is. Oh my God. I just looked down and he was there. Yes. There he is. Oh man. Thank God. So I bumped him right in there. So I was on the top of that ridge when I shot him yesterday. He was bedded right in there, and he came out and he went right down into the valley here. Wow, that's awesome. There he is. Thank you, thank you. And look, the Polaris is right here. I could use the winch to get him out of there, because look how steep. That's really steep. I don't know if you could tell from the valley, or I don't know if you could tell from the video, but that's steep. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, yes. Another successful harvest. Another nail biter of a harvest. Both of my hunts this year, the deer were still alive and got bumped, but you could see that from here, right where I shot, it's in the prime location. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. All right, let's go get them. All right, so I'm just trying to find the easiest way to get back down into there. So one of the things that I did this year, and I think one of the reasons I was seeing so many more deer and more bucks, is that this is definitely a bedding area. I found lots of rubs in here last year, and one of the issues was I had two stands not far from each other, and I was accessing them directly through the property, which was a mistake, because if you think about it, we got deer bedding. You know, if you got a southwest wind, they could bed up here. You got some sort of east wind, they could be bedded over here, and it's really thick right in there, and they got plenty of escape routes. They could head up the valley that way, they could jump up over the ridges, or if you're coming in from that direction, they could scoot down through here. So what I did was I took the one stand out, I moved the other stand, and then accessed that from outside the perimeter and left this area alone. I barely came in here, and that buck came out of this thick hillside over here. So he was bedding in there and got up right before dark and came up. And so this whole area right in this section here, I designated as a bedding area that I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to be driving the Polaris through. I only came down here a couple times this summer for different reasons. So I wasn't down here at all, especially once hunting season started. And these deer were definitely using this as a good bedding area for different winds. And then there's a really nice point here that wraps around with a bench, and that's got some great bedding too. So I got a stand on the opposite end of that I come in from the outside, and then a stand up there that I come in from the perimeter, and those deer will never know that I'm here, and it worked out perfectly. So that's how you got to strategize. But it looks like he came through here, right through here, it looks like, and then dropped in right through here, ended up right there. So all right, let's check them out. Whew, it's steep. I've never been in this little gully here. It's just really steep and nasty. There he is. So you can see the shot looks perfect. So I'm curious to find out what it looks like on the other end. Nice 8-point. Yeah, it's a respectable 8-point right there, guys. So I'm just gutting the deer out, and I feel like I hear walking, like movement up there, like a deer's coming in or something. Brat. That'd be funny if a deer came in. They're definitely moving though. I saw like 26 deer yesterday. I went in, I was sitting by between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. and I shot him at like 6:05, and in that period I saw 26 deer. I saw approximately 70 turkey. It was a hell of a sit. You could see some fresh cut cornfields from that stand, which explains why I saw so many animals, but that was a lot. The coolest thing about yesterday was I saw, I don't know, 4 or 5 bucks. I saw that half rack that I passed on the other day. I saw his little 6-pointer that was with him. And then I saw a buck real far away on the edge of a cornfield. It almost looked like he was working a scrape. He looked like a tall kind of 2-year-old. And then this guy was the closest deer that I saw. It just goes to show I was set up in a prime location. He came up out of the thick bedding, which I expected him to do. And this shot was like 12 yards. It might have been a 10-yard shot, but it was sharp angle and close shot. So anyway, we got him all gutted out, so I'm going to get him positioned so I can just pull him up with the winch, because this is like straight up and down. So I'm going to see if I can just drag him over to there. Maybe I got to see how long the winch is. I could probably maybe even get it right here. So all right, let's do it. All right, looks good. Looks like we have enough to pull him up out of there. So he's right down in there. We're gonna get him yanked up. Woo! All right, hopefully he doesn't get hung up when I try to pull him up, but I found that's a nice little opening there. All right, guys, so we got him up here, got him up on the trail. Give you a better look at him here. You can see the shot placement was perfect. What I didn't realize was he was definitely quartering to me, and things go down so quick. It's kind of real thick right where he came out. Sharp angle shot. He was real close. He looked broadside, but he obviously wasn't. So I'm glad we got a good recovery. It looked like I got one lung, and then it came out the same shot as my Pennsylvania buck. I got a lung and it came out sharp. He was slightly quartering too. It's just kind of hard to see that as it all unfolds, you know? So, all right, so we're gonna get him back up, hang him up. Got the coffee and the stogie. Take another look at him. All right, guys, we just got him back up to the cabin here. Take another look at him. And this is a special buck for me. And it's not because he's a slammer or anything like that. He's, you know, he's typical 120 class 8 point, right? And I've taken a lot of bucks of that size. But the reason this buck is so special is because I just bought this property almost 3 years ago, and it's officially my first buck on my own property, which is really cool. You know, all of the deer I've taken over the years have either been on public land or someone else's private land. And, you know, 90% of them have really come from public land hunting. And so I bought this property almost 3 years ago, and I've passed on lots of bucks, lots of deer on this property. And I took this 8-point yesterday, my 2023 Ohio buck, and I'm really excited about it. It's just a fulfilling experience to take a buck on your own property. Well, got to get the old Camacho out. Got to get that celebration stick going, baby. What a great day. See you later.
So it's best that story.